Hey, 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 this your girl, Good Vibes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just want to say hey. Just want to say what's up. Checking in on you all on Monday. And you know what was dropped in my spirit today? What I wanted to talk about is celebrate yourself. We are always, we are our biggest critic. We always looking at, hey, I need to lose weight. Man, look how I look. No, you have to celebrate yourself. You got to sit down and you got to just think of all the things that you had to be thankful for. You got your kids, you got your peace of mind. You just have to be so thankful, grateful, and you know you blessed. Just always be thankful. Don't always pick on yourself. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Good Vibes. And I was just thinking, we just have to always be thankful, grateful, and blessed. Always speak up to yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't always look at the bad. Look at the good. Just be thankful. We have so many things to be grateful, thankful for. You just have to always tap into that. Don't forget that. Don't get so lost in what's going on in the world that you miss your blessing. And that's to having your health and your strength and just having peace. Don't let nobody ruin or rock your boat or take your peace. You know, here it is. We look around and we always, dang, I wish I had another car. No, you got a car. Man, I need to give me some better clothes. Be thankful for what you have. When you appreciate the things that you have, God will bless you with more. But we have to change our frame of thinking. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Being grateful and being thankful. I'm so thankful that I have matured, that I'm not the person I was in my 20s. That's a blessing. Oh, yeah, I put on some weight, but I'm thankful for all that I have. I'm thankful for all of the friends that I have and all of the hangups that they have. We all just as long as we working towards something positive. Don't always be so quick to be negative. You got to just look from the hills from which cometh your help. And if you have a problem with always putting yourself down, pray about that. Pray about that thing and just say, Lord, just take that away from me because I don't always want to be negative. I want to be positive. When you send out positive energy, hello, unbothered Mimi. Thank you for listening to me while you're driving. But no, I was just thinking about how we just have to be so grateful for the little things. The little things take us so far, but we got to appreciate everything because it's so many people that are doing worse than what we are. So we got to be thankful for what we're going through. Being thankful and grateful, and we already blessed. We have favor of our lives, and we have to govern ourselves in that. But welcome so much, Unbothered Mimi. I'm so glad to hear from you. I'm so glad to see you, Frank G. Short Sports and News. Welcome, 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 Frank G. Unbothered Mimi. Thank you, B. Nicole. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beauty Boss by Jamie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yes, be thankful for everything. Even if your kids is bad, be thankful. Pray over them kids. Ban whatever it is that's going on. Because we just have to just be so thankful, thankful, thankful. When you sit there and you think, man, I got my peace, I got my health. That's right, because it could always be worse. There's so many people that's going through. And when you look and see all these people that are suicidal, be thankful that you know you don't fall up under that umbrella. But if you do fall up under that umbrella, get you some help. Get you some help. If you're in a bad relationship, be thankful. You know you getting ready to get out that situation. Don't sit still in something that you know that you are not supposed to be in. I don't care what it is. If you know you got some bad feet, go get your feet worked on. But be thankful that you got that hot 20 to go get your stuff taken care of. Be thankful for what you and if you ain't got no money, just try to just work with what you got. Work towards getting a better job. Work toward just always be working towards something and not sitting still and shit. For real. Be grateful and thankful and blessed. Be positive. Always be positive. No matter what the circumstance is, know that God gonna get you through it. But a lot of times if we don't change our frame of thinking, where we gonna go? You can't go nothing but down. If you always negative, you can't come up out of that. You'll dig so deep of a hole. You won't be able to come out of it. I was talking to somebody there and I was saying, Dad, you know what? I am so thankful that I'm not who I was in my 20s. I'm so thankful that I appreciate myself. I'm so thankful that I've grown. We cannot continue to keep being the same people that we were, but you have to celebrate who you are today, no matter what it is. There's so many people that's on drugs that don't know which way is up because they got caught up in a moment and they still in that same moment. So be thankful that you are not in that moment. And if you are in that moment, get you some help. Get you some help. Don't be walking around up and down the street just lost. Get you some help. Get on your knees and pray. Yes, that's all I try to send out is good energy. Because you can go anywhere else and get some negative, but you're not going to get no negative things. And also, y'all, I was looking at power, right? I don't know who, Frank G, I remember me and you was talking about that yesterday. I, I'm thankful for you that you had a grandmother that lived to be 105. And I'm so sorry that she passed away, but just be thankful for all of the stuff that she instilled in you. She had to have some wisdom to live that long, and she had favor of her life. And that's a blessing. Truly a blessing to be a blessing. And all that she instilled in you, beautiful beauty boss by Jamie. Make sure that you get that energy to all of the people that's in your space. For real. Frank G. Shorts, I was looking at Power yesterday, right? And I said, now how many more episodes is Kanan gonna wear that cross-colored suit? I said he done had it all 3 episodes. That was the only question. I ain't gonna do no spoiler alert. But I was just like, man, they need to get him another costume. Yes, be thankful. Because I know that she instilled in you so much stuff. And the stuff that she instilled in you, you can't buy in the store. All of the remedies, all of the recipes, and all of that wisdom. Be thankful for that. I never had a father. Don't know what it's like. But I had a damn good grandfather. And I'm blessed. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm going to tell you another big blessing that I got. I was on social media on Facebook. And I was like, I got a message. So I checked my message. This was a couple years ago. And my sisters on my daddy's side reached out to me. And it just, even though I never met my father, it's a blessing to have them in my lives. So on my daddy's side, I had 3 sisters and a brother. And I'm so thankful. On my mama's side, I got a sister. And I'm thankful. We have to be so thankful for what we have because so many people that just have never experienced real love. Never experienced it. Actually having a foundation. Never experienced that. But I'm thankful that I did. I'm thankful that I still do. I got 2 boys. They act a fool, but they ain't out here pistol whipping nobody and all like that. They just typical kids, and I'm thankful for that. I'm so thankful for everything. And even when something bad come along, I be thankful for that because life can't always run smoothly. You gotta have something that rock your boat. Because if we didn't have things that rocked our boat, we would think that we would believe that there was no God. We believe that we are our own gods. And that's nowhere near. You are a goddess. You are a king and you are a queen, but you ain't God. I'm thankful I know Jesus. I'm thankful for all of the people that came into my life. I'm thankful for all of you. Because no matter what you go through, you going through it. You're not standing still in it. So be thankful for that. No matter what it is. Hey, Chef Hit Dice. So glad to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all ever looking for somebody that be throwing down in the kitchen? He is the guy to go to. Chef Hit Dice, he be throwing it down. If you ever want somebody that's breaking down them sports, because I don't know nothing about no sports, will never come up here for no updates. You go to Frank G Shorts channel. Beauty Boss by Jamie. What is your channel about? And if you ever looking for somebody that has a wonderful testimony and it has some encouragement behind them as well, it's B Nicole. B Nicole is always uplifting. Unbothered Mimi is always uplifting. She has a beautiful channel. All of these people that are in my channel, I'm so thankful for you all because you could be anywhere in the world. And I'm so thankful that you brought in all of your goodness. Y'all not on here just going to the left and just japping out. It's a blessing to be a blessing. It's a blessing to be positive. And I'm so thankful that God has instilled good people around me. And I know the reason why, because I put out good energy. If you putting out negativity, that's what you're going to get drawn to. Don't get me wrong. We all hit a fart, a bump in the road. But I'm just so thankful that I don't run into that. That's wonderful. And Avon are wonderful products. So if y'all are looking for some Avon products, she is the go-to manual. But just through it all, be thankful. But I mean, I'm just so glad I'm not who I was. And I'm not saying I was just a horrible person, but I'm just glad it's growth. Welcome, 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 Tina. Craft by D Rose. If you ever want somebody that can show you how to do crafts and makeups, she is your go-to person. But like I and also she just has a real good channel. And she has a pleasant voice and demeanor. And she loved to dance. That's another thing about Craft by D Rose. She loves to dance. But it's just so much of a blessing to be a blessing, and it's so good to be in good spirits and good space. Don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let nobody put you in no negative box. Stay in that positive box. It'll take you so far. If you want to be negative, this ain't the place to go to. Because I'm not part of those vibes. I like good, positive energy. I love to laugh. And I just love to just enjoy life. We are here to enjoy each other. We are here to just be on a good note. We not here to be talking and backbiting and just beating up on each other. That's not what my channel is about. I also like to watch different movies, and I do different recommendations. And I just post like a lot of funny things and just good energy. But I'm just so thankful for everybody for coming. You are all blessed. And it's a blessing to be a blessing. So I'm about to, well, you driving, so I'm not gonna ask you where you driving. So no problem. Thank you for the love. And if you get in good with Craft by D Rose, she will run your playlist. But the whole thing in the matter, and this goes for anybody. That's why I try to share people out. If you want somebody to come to your channel and support you, you gotta support them. Don't always have your hand out. And me and her, we have a good thing. Whereas she run my playlist, I run her playlist. She watch my video, I watch her video, and that's how it's supposed to be in life. Thank you so much for coming, Beauty Boss by Jamie. I'm glad that I ran into you, that you jumped in. But it's just a blessing to be a blessing to one another. And I will share you out as well. I don't have a problem with doing that. But I just enjoy being positive. I enjoy uplifting people. It's a joy to help people. It really is. It's truly a joy to help. It's so good to get somebody encouraging words. Because you can go anywhere else and get some negative BS, but you're not gonna get it here. So what y'all got going today? Chef Hit Dice, what you cooking today? And I commend y'all that cook every day. That is a very hard task. Or you all that just be throwing down 3 and 4 and 10 days out the week. I commend you all. It's a blessing to support people. I love to support people. Because that's the only way this process on any channel is gonna work. On any stream. You gotta be a blessing. Beef neck bones. Well, I did cook today. I cooked some short ribs of beef. I put that on earlier. So that part is done. I'm gonna make some boxed macaroni and cheese. Like I said, I'm not no big cooker. And I'll probably get some I got some broccoli in a bag that I could just heat up in the microwave. Something simple. Yeah, I can't cook either, Beauty Boss by Jamie. I can't. And my oldest son, he is not gonna eat nothing that I make. Thank you. Thank you, Unbother Mimi. I try to be. Um, I really do. My channel, when I first got started, I was just gonna go and just show nails and feet. Then I got to thinking, I'm like, I always have been a positive person, and I was like, and that's what I need to name my channel, Good Vibes. But it's hard when you do a search for Good Vibes. You don't. I can't never find my channel, so I might have to put a number or something around it. But the main thing is just encouraging, uplifting spirits, putting you in a good headspace. Cause it's so good, it's so easy to get just to drift off into a negative lane. And you trying to figure out a lot of times the devil will come and throw your whole day off. And you don't even know what be wrong with you. That's why I try to just uplift spirits. Sometimes I get emotional, like I be getting kind of teary eyed with things, like I am now as always, because I'm a crybaby. But I'm emotional. And it's because I don't take my platform lightly. I don't. You have to be so easy with what you generate. I don't never want to offend nobody. I don't never want to say something that came off wrong. That ain't me. That's a blessing. Congratulations. Congratulations that he is in his first year of college. That is truly a blessing. My son, the 18-year-old, he don't want to do college. But what he is doing, he's working at Amazon right now. And he's got to complete his math so that he can get into this electronic program. So he's in the process of doing that. But when I had took him to college and stuff, he was like, "Mom, I do not want to do college. I'm sick of school." I said, "Well, long as you know you ain't gonna be sitting on my couch, long as you understand that ministry, that ain't happening. If I'm hitting the clock, you hitting somebody's clock too. Okay, you got to do something." Exactly. I'm the person how I have met most of like my coworkers. It's cause me walking around, "Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. How you doing?" They be looking at me like I'm walking through the job doing this. And they be looking at me like, who is this lady walking around here? Cause that's just the energy that I have. I'm not about to be around here, girl. Let me tell you what sister's on. Let me tell you, that ain't me. It ain't in my spirit. You could just keep on trucking, sir and ma'am, because that's just not how I am. But I'm the one, "Hey, how you doing? It's so good to see." They looking at her, looking at me like she is not in HR. She is not the welcoming committee. I should have been a welcoming committee in the church. Yes, congratulations is right. You be in some of these places and you be like, "Ooh, what street did I drive down? And who channel is this?" And I don't want to come back. And then you run across good people. And that's why I celebrate everybody that I run across because we are in turbulent times right now. And you need somebody that's going to get you through that. You need somebody to say, "It's going to be all right. Keep your head up. Come on, gorgeous. Pick your face up." That man, okay, he was ugly anyway. Don't. The main thing is that girl wasn't for you. If she was for you, she would still be here. She was against you. Don't be against yourself chasing something that ain't for you, chasing somebody that don't even like you. A lot of times we grow up with people and we be attracted to somebody because of their looks. But then when you look and see, "Dad, this person treats me like garbage." So why you still sticking around? Because we're visual creatures. But as you get older, you time out for all of that garbage. You sit back and you analyze people when you say, "Wait a minute. I don't even need to be stuck to this person because they not stuck to me. I'm stuck to them because I'm trying to push this relationship. I'm pushing this. For what? For what? I notice the most nice looking people be treating people them with they treat you like garbage because they feel like "Ah, it's a privilege to be around me." No, it's not. It's a privilege to be around you. And you remember that. Don't never second guess yourself. Always celebrate yourself. Even if you got one tooth in your mouth, brush that mug and get on with your day. Be thankful. But it's also time if you only got one tooth in your mouth and you're not up in age. It's time for you to go on and get them teeth checked out and get that dental going. But the whole nutshell is be thankful. Celebrate thyself. Be thankful for it. Yes. Go for a walk. Breathe in and out. Just make sure that you got some good energy and some good people around you. And sometimes you have to walk alone. I know I've been there. Sometimes I need breaks from my friends. Sometimes they need breaks from me. And that's okay. But make sure you take care of yourself. For real. Don't be on here looking at these reality shows thinking that you about to get your reality show chasing the wrong dreams and the wrong brands. And just because you get in tune with a Christian mingle or whatever, everybody that say they're a Christian ain't no Christian. You know the devil was in church and still is in church. And I'm not down to nobody, but I'm just saying, don't think just because somebody say that they're a Christian and they of God. If they are, you're gonna see it. They don't have to tell you that. They don't have to tell you that. You're gonna see they light. Self-care is number one. For real. Self-care is number one. You out here looking for somebody, make sure you taking care of yourself first. Because if you walk around here looking crazy, that's what you're gonna run into crazy. And don't be looking for somebody on these websites until you check yourself and make sure, wait a minute, let me work on me first. Because anything that man tell you, you gonna believe it. If you ain't already then accessorize yourself, mean mentally, physically, and that you done already went through your self-worth classes. Exactly. People be so, oh, I'm gonna go on this website and I'm gonna find because they found them somebody. You don't know what all they went through, and all you getting is all you getting is the representative. You ain't getting the real deal, Holyfield. You can meet somebody on the street and it still be Mr. Wrong. Everybody that smile in your face, that open the door for you, that ain't your husband. Make sure you love yourself. Please do that. Don't settle for anything just because you don't want to be alone. Being alone is not a curse, it's a blessing. During that time, it's time for you to work on you and get you together. Love on yourself. Celebrate yourself. Date yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with going to the movies by yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with going out to eat by yourself. Make sure that you do that. Make sure you take out time for you. Make sure during that time when you don't have nobody, make sure you just find you a hobby or something. Start coloring. Read your Bible. You want to find, oh, I want me a God fearing man. But do you know the word? Do you have a relationship with God? You can't get a Christian and you ain't no Christian. And you got a whole bunch of hell in you. Just work on you. That's just and first and foremost, just because you by yourself, that don't mean you supposed to be looking. That's time for you to reflect, breathe in, and I get you a yoga class going. Go on a trip. Just basically just enjoy life. Love yourself, honey. And sir, please do that. Cause see, we be so quick to jump from person to person to person. You gotta cleanse what you just left. You gotta leave that baggage from where you just came. You got to leave that there. Or then you get the people that tip right on back to the ex. You keep on tipping, you gonna miss. You keep tipping to Mr. Wrong, you can't find Mrs. Right. Love you. Work on you. Get you some hobbies going. Like I said, get that word in you. That's the best thing you can do for yourself is reevaluate yourself and get in your word. So you'll know the signs of what ain't right and what you don't need in your life and what you're not going to settle for. And while I'm by myself, I always pray, Lord, I don't want to be better. But when you've been let down so much, it's human. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, I done came across so many different wrong people. A lot of times you wasn't right at that time yourself. But if you point the finger at everybody else, you ain't going to never get it right. You got to get you right. You got to learn how to cook. You got to learn how to keep that house clean. You got to learn how to keep your own self together. It's just so important to make sure that you're good. If you need to talk to somebody, and I don't mean to even keep saying that, but it's just the truth because there's so many people that's silently crying and they in plain sight. Get you some help, sugar. And don't feel like you less than because you're going to get you some assistance. It's here for you to utilize it, so utilize those resources. Tap, tap, tap into that thing before you've been tapped out, trying to run from this one and that one, and you wondering why you ain't got no relief because you have not gotten yourself together. For real. Get you a cleanse. Go get you a colonic. Half us still walking around with stuff in us that's been sitting there for the past 5 years. Get you a colonic. And that's what I said I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give me a colonic because I want to relieve all of this excess baggage that I don't need. But colonics ain't just getting out the waste physically. You got to get that colonic for your mental. Life coaches are good. And I think you can also get a life coach. Can't you get them online? And also those meditation apps, those apps are so good. Now that's one thing I really get into. I can just put on the Animal Planet. I could just sit there and watch a giraffe all day long and be just as content because it's relaxing. I can't sit there and listen to won't, 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 all that crazy music. Them spirits. I can't entertain that. Plus, music ain't got no message anyway. It just won't, 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 won't. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're saying. What is your message, sir, ma'am? But I could just listen to something that's soothing. I could be somewhere that's just soothing. Go for a walk. What I find to be so relaxing, YouTube is my friend. I can pull up, I want to go to Venezuela on a walking tour. You could pull it up on your app and you could go for that. That's awesome. And what's so good, and I know a lot of people, to me, I find COVID in a lot of aspects was a blessing. And the reason that I say that because I was able to get more in tune with my inner self, my own inner being. A lot of times you don't need to always be up under people. I'm just being real. I was able to just breathe in and out and just start looking at different things to get into. You have your phone on you all day long anyway. You could pull up just listen to just water, just watching waterfalls, listening to the birds chirping. But if we always running here and there, I used to run like a chicken with his head go off, coming completely off. But I mean, and sometimes another thing I do, I go back to the old school. I sit down and watch me some Woody Woodpecker. That's nothing because that brings me joy. I'm laughing. I'm flashing back over my childhood, and I had a pretty good childhood. But the main thing is, during COVID, I was able to reflect. During that time, I was able to get some more word in me. During that time, I was able to just kind of woosah on me and my friends. Sometimes you need a break from people. And if you got some ugly friends and you up under them all the time, you're going to start getting ugly, meaning physically, mentally. If you're around somebody that ain't growing and going nowhere, why are you hanging on to them? Hey, Pennywise 216. I'm sorry I missed you. I blinked and I missed you. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I'm so thankful for you coming. But the main thing is we have to make sure that we are in a good, positive space. And I know I preach that a lot, but it's the truth. If you are just all over the place, you're not going to grow. And I want to be like a chia pet. I want to be the pottery that grow. And sometimes we just have to go back to the basics. What was working in the past? I color. That's another thing that soothes me. Remember we could sit somewhere. Remember we used to play that quiet game when we was kids. Or maybe I'm just dating myself because I'm an old buzzard. But playing a quiet game, you was able to kind of relax and just kind of chill out and reflect. And then when you start talking, you the one that end up getting out the game. But we have to go back to the basics. We really do. And that's just getting ourselves together. It's nothing wrong with that. Always work on you. Work on being your very best every day. Every day is a new beginning. Don't let yesterday's failures keep you down. You got to rise above that. But in order to rise above that, you got to thank God for what you done got through because you got through it. And you still here. And you didn't lose your mind. And you didn't go crazy. But in the process of you getting out of that, situation, you got to leave that there. But another thing that's also that we have to do, you have to share your experiences with people because they going through something and you can get them out of that situation with your testament, your testimony. God has been too good for you to hold on to all of the stuff that you've been through. You're supposed to share it. Help somebody out of that. Share. Life is about sharing and caring. We learned that in kindergarten. Not holding on to. You got some people that will hold on. They know the plug. They know about all the different resources. They ain't gonna tell you, cause they have been together before. But I tell them after I get it, you blocking your blessing. Cause we supposed to be helping each other. We all know people like that. Hell, we might even be people like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But each day we supposed to reflect and move on into a positive force. Our frame of thinking, it imprisons us if it ain't right. If you're around here always down, ain't never got nothing good to say about nobody, you're toxic. And you may not know that because you were raised to be like that. And it's okay. But you need to stop being toxic. You need to sit still. You need to pray about that so that God can relieve that off of you. And once you get all of that negative shit up out of you, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel like a brand new person. When you get rid of all of that toxic stuff, you're going to be relieved because you need that. You need that to be removed so you can grow. Every day we supposed to shower or we supposed to run past some parts of some water. That's the way you have to do with relieving all of that negative stuff. You got to wash that stuff up out of you. Every day we supposed to make a bowel movement. We're not supposed to hold on to all that garbage. We're supposed to relieve the stress, relieve the toxics. And you got to do that with people. I've ran across some negative people in my lifetime. We all have. But notice what I said. I ran across it, which means I had to dodge a bullet and get away from it because I wasn't going to let them take me down. I don't like being around negative people. And don't get me wrong, every day is not a bowl of cherries, but to me it is because I'm alive, I'm well, I got my peace. Even on days when I don't feel my best, I'm still going to find something positive out of it because that's even like when they get sick. I remember I was looking at Joel Osteen, and his mother, she had been diagnosed with a terminal cancer, and she was losing weight, losing her hair. She was just going through it, and she told them, "I want y'all to put pictures of me when I was doing well." And she got up out of that thing, and everything turned around, and she was no longer terminal, and it was a miracle. But it was all about her frame of thinking. You have to change your frame of thinking. You do. We cannot continue to be positive, negative, and expect a positive force to come through. It ain't magic. Life is not magic. Miracles happen, not magic. But you got to trust and believe. You got to get that to God. Those of you that are in negative relationships, that are in bad relationships, that are in abusive relationships, it's okay. We've all been through something that we're not proud of, but that's all part of our progress. Pray for strength for God to get you up out of that thing, and He will. But you got to want it for yourself. You got to want it for yourself. Those of you that may be on narcotics or alcoholics, I didn't know much about my father, but what I was told was that he was a heavy drinker. So that's why I've never been a big drinker. I had an uncle that was on drugs, and I remember he would be on drugs so bad. We would have I'm a baby, but my grandmother would have to pay the dope man, and he got so wicked with it when he was on them drugs. He would have he would tell the dope man, call my mom up and tell him that you gonna kill me and all this other stuff. And in the process of him doing that, when he finally got up out of that, and that was many, many moons that he was on it, when he finally rised above that, it was such a better thing. And he told us, he would always tell us, y'all, none of y'all better not ever get on no drugs because y'all saw what drugs did to me. So I'm thankful that that's not my struggle because I learned from experiences. But you have some people, they gonna tap into it because they want to see what it's about. But I never was that kid that walked. When my mama said the stove was hot, the stove was hot. I wasn't trying to test that. I wasn't trying to burn myself. But the main thing is learn. And like I said, those of you that may be on some drugs or maybe on something, ask for God to deliver you, and He will. But getting back to my uncle, that spirit of him being on drugs for so many years, what was so crazy? He was clean for a long time, but he still had crackhead ways. Those spirits run deep, and I never wanted to be part of that movement. He still had, and it was that spirit. And that's why I say, when you getting out of a situation, just keep praying yourself through it because you're gonna have some days that are not good. You're gonna have some weak days. We human. That's why we need God. That's a mandatory situation that we have to be wrapped up in Him because that's the only thing that's gonna get us through it. But you just can't put everything on God. You got to work on you too. You got to want the help. That's just like me saying, "Ooh, I want to learn how to cook." "Oh, I'm gonna learn how to cook." But how you gonna learn how to cook? You got to ask people, "Hey, how you do that?" Or you got to watch different channels, and you got to watch it in depth. And then you just have to just keep following that. You just can't keep saying, "Ooh, I can't learn how to cook." I mean, I got to learn how to cook. No, you got to put forth an effort. That go for anything in life you need and that you want. You got to put forth an effort. It ain't going to just slap you upside the head and now you Betty Crocker. No, it's not going to just slap you upside the head. "Oh, well, I ain't on drugs no more," but you still hanging with crackheads, right? Oh, okay. Make it make sense. You have to put forth an effort. You have to. That's what life is all about, an effort. Cause and effect. Because you did this is the outcome. But if you just go into life being positive and just keep on, "Lord, just change my mind." He will do that. He will. He will. If you want to be a millionaire, just keep speaking that thing into existence. But you got to put in work. Most people that are successful, they spoke life into their situation. They wasn't expecting just the sky to just open up and just get them everything. They ain't had this thing work. Your frame of thinking is what's going to help you through anything that you're trying to get positive going. If you want good to follow, you got to speak goodness over your life. You got to hang around the right people. If all the people that you hang around and you're the most intelligent one, you need to get you a new batch of friends. If you're around people that ain't doing nothing, that's robbing people, that's on drugs, that's alcoholics, that's all you gonna ever be. And sometimes you just gotta just pack up your things and just start off fresh somewhere. And it's okay. That's all part of life. Protect your peace. Protect it. Cause it's expensive. Because if you don't protect it, you'll be in somebody's jail cell. Because you let somebody get into your mind and taint your brand and taint your mind. And now you somewhere explaining yourself with your fingers trying to get out of it. And that ain't going to get you through nothing. And if you have entered into a dark space, that's okay. That's all part of life. I ain't always just been just this Miss Goody Two Shoes, and I'm still not. But I'm thankful for each storm that I have went through. I'm thankful. I am. I am so thankful for everything. Anything bad or good I've come across, I'm thankful for it because it has molded me into the woman that I am today. And I'm not no six-figure salary woman, but I do know I can make some things happen. I know how to get me some streams of incomes going. I don't have to beg, borrow, and steal to give me a meal. I'm my own person. I'm my own boss. You have to be your own boss. No matter if you're working at Burger King, no matter if you're collecting cans, you have to perfect your craft and get through that thing, and you will. But change your frame of thinking. Change it. Don't hang around negative people. And when you see somebody that's always hating, if you're around somebody that's hating all day on everybody, don't you think they hating on you too? Don't you think they looking for your downfall so they got something to talk about? Right. Remember that. Just because you done known this girl since the second grade, she been that same negative, you know what, ever since then. You can't change people. You shouldn't want to change them. You got to change you. You got to do you. And you got to perfect doing you. When you surround yourself with good people, God will put forth effort to keep on blessing you. But you got to do your own work. I can't sit here and say, and I'm thankful that God has put some good people He has really put some good people on my behalf. He really has, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for everything I go through. I'm thankful that I didn't meet my daddy because it wasn't in the will of God for me to meet him. But I'm thankful also that I met my sisters, that they reached out to me. They ain't have to do that. And they are good people. And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for all that I have. Everything. And you have to be the same. When you thankful for what you have, God will bless you with more. But if you always miserable, always seeing the negative in everything and everybody, that's what you're going to stay negative. And then when you keep on with feeding off all that negativity, then that's where you get to having even more negative thoughts. I'm going to end it all. Don't do that. Still got work to do. You are still on an assignment. Okay? You still got 400,000 something years left to go. Okay? And when you pray for you, make sure you pray for the people around you. You don't want to be the only one blessed in your circle. You want everybody around you to be blessed. Everybody around you to be blessed. Your offsprings. Bless my going out and my coming in. Bless everybody around me. Everybody around me. Even my enemies. Because God will fix it. What I'm speaking on, man can't do. God got to do it. But you got to welcome him into your house. You done let Pookie and Junebug in your house. We got to let good people in our house. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. Exactly. We do. We have to pray for our enemies. We do. I'm about to Mimi, where you driving to since you done tap back in? Or did you make it to your destination? But I mean, the main thing is be encouraged and love yourself. Love yourself. And no matter what you go through, thank God for it. Because you could have gotten to something far worse than what he put you through. And you got through it. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you home cooking dinner. But that's the main thing. Make sure you are positive. I know I done did this whole week. That's all I done said was the same message. But it's just that's what my spirit keep leading me is the frame of thinking, your aspect of your frame, your just where you going. We start our day out. Well, how I start my day out, like I said, I get on my first and foremost. When I open my eyes, I'm hollering, "Thank you, Jesus," because He did it again. And if He keep on doing, I'm gonna keep on thanking Him. Then I have to get on my knees and I have to pray for everybody. And when I do my praying, I pray for everybody, and then I get to me, because I know I'm an in-depth person, and I want think God to do some special things in my life. And I try not to come off to God as being selfish, because I'm not no selfish person. But I always do me last. I mean, that go with everything. I always look out for everybody else. Then if I got something left, then I'll do something for me. But I'm getting better with that. But just make sure that you are always focused on the goodness of God. Even if you got aches, pains, arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, whatever it is you got, be thankful for it and work on it. Can't just be putting it on God. You got to put it on. You got to put in work. I can't say, "Oh, I trust God," and I'm not taking my high blood pressure pills. Fool, you gonna have a stroke. You have to use your better judgment and common sense and know that you have to put your own work in. You got to. You cannot expect something good to continue to happen if you ain't doing nothing in the first place for yourself. We do serve an on-time God and a God that want the best for us, but you gotta want it for yourself. I remember I used to always pray when I was with my baby daddy, "Lord, show me a sign if he found me and that." God was showing me signs every single day, and then what was I doing? Getting in the bed with him. Huh? What? Then I had to graduate and know, wait a minute, I gotta do something that's gonna work for me. This ain't working. And I'm thankful now we are the best of friends from afar. I don't talk to him, but when it's an event or something for the kids, then yeah, okay, we cool. We're cordial. But I had to know that I deserve better. And I had to love myself. And then I had to think, wait a minute, you weren't raised like this. You weren't raised to be with somebody that you got a second guess. I'm thankful that God put me in the family that they put me in. All the dysfunction and function. I'm thankful for each and every particle of that. Yes, I saw that. I was like, oh my God. I just saw that by the Mimi. I was like, oh my God. And he is young. And that's why I'm saying people is something. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me how this guy that she know that he don't go to the doctor. And I'm like, I know you can, true enough, people gonna do what they gonna do. But we gotta get our checkups. We have to. We can't just expect God to take care of us. God does take care of us, but we got to take care of ourselves. I pray that he's okay. I really do. I pray that he is okay. But that's like wow. I mean, I know people that are diabetics. They don't take their medicine they want that they supposed to. They refuse to do insulin. If the doctor then told you, if you didn't try it your way, I'm gonna be someone to keep it like this. Okay. I'm not saying the doctors are always right, because it's sometimes things that we can do to help. We can go to the health food store. But if you have tried that and that ain't working, you gotta get on that insulin. Whatever it is that the doctors say you got to do, you gotta do it. You okay, miss, okay, you need to lose some weight. Okay. You need, and I know that's easier said than done. You see all this good food. But okay, if you can't do that, just start walking. And a lot of times what brings on sickness is our frame of thinking. If all you doing is thinking crazy and eating up the whole refrigerator, ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. You're gonna end up being on more and more medication. That's why I say do this, listen to your doctor. It's nothing wrong with trying home remedies. It's nothing wrong with that. Because I've had things, I remember in my late, well, I say like late 20s going into 30s, I would like off and on, I would have real bad menstrual cycles. And at first I thought it was like fibroids or something like that. But it wasn't. My hormones were imbalanced. And I ended up having to get a DNC done. I mean, it had gotten really bad. I would be on my menstrual for like months at a time. And it was so draining. And I was being hospitalized. And I was praying. They were saying that they might have to give me a blood transfusion. And I was praying, Lord, I got enough problems with my own blood. I don't want nobody else's. But if I would have had to get it, I would have had to get it. But I'm thankful that I didn't have to have a blood transfusion. But the main thing, and I tried the medical sense. They, like I said, they gave me a DNC that I ended up having to have my tubes tied. They had set my uterine walls on fire because it had gotten really out of hand. The bleeding had really just gotten, I don't want to gross any men out, but it had gotten really bad. And I'm already light skinned, so I was like super pale. So I had to go to the health food store. And I had to purchase this older lady. I was explaining to her what it was that and I know she didn't went on up the road, but she was such a beautiful force in my life. And she gave me this stuff. She said, try this and it's gonna stop it. And it was called Shepherd's Purse. They don't even carry this in health food stores. Now they carry Vitex. Cause now I got a niece that's going through the same thing that I went through. And that's why I said life is all about us sharing. And I had to go to I tried the medical sense and that didn't work because all medical senses don't work sometimes for certain situations. But we have to tap into whatever it is we got to tap into so we can get to be 100. Because what worked for Craft by D Rose and Unbothered Mimi, it may not work for me. Vice versa. But you have to try what you have to do what the doctors tell you to do in order to still be here. And if you feel that your doctor ain't for you, you got to advocate for yourself and find you a doctor that is. I mean, that's just how it is. You have to always look out for you. And we do see signs, and sometimes we don't see signs when it comes to ourselves. But whatever, when you notice something ain't right, go get that looked into. They got so much stuff now that can help us. And then Dr. Sebi, That doctor, he really came up with so many different remedies with the alkaline diet and the water. Half of our problem is we don't drink enough water. It's too many people that are in their 30s and 40s that are on dialysis. And it's because, don't get me wrong, the they're prescribing you a medicine to fix one thing and they tearing down something else. That's why I get a lot of I do a lot of vitamins, but I'm still gonna take my blood pressure pills because I know that's what I have to take it. But I take beets pills because I couldn't do that drink. People like, could do the beets? No, I'm gonna do the pill. Um, I'm real old school with it. I got cod liver oil. When COVID came out, I bought some cod liver oil and some Father John. But I also bought a bunch of vitamins. I got that elderberry. That elderberry is good. But the main thing in a whole nutshell is to always make sure you good. Make sure you good. Don't be walking around here, you know your ass is sick. Go on and get yourself checked out. I know people be, oh, I don't want to go. You better go. That's mandatory. If you planning on being here, I was telling my friend that was telling me about her friend that don't go to the doctor. And I told her, I said, you need to tell him he need to go to the doctor. And I know you could talk to a person and they gonna do what they want to do. And went crazy trying to convince them. I get that. But make sure that you look out for yourself. If you got people that don't want to listen to you, you either need to get away from them for they've been and made you crazy. And you be on more medication trying to get their health on track, and you be getting on more medication from the frustration and just the irritation of it all with dealing with them. But it's just we have to make sure that we look out for ourselves. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. We done put everybody else before us all this time. Now you getting up in age and you wondering why your knees is bothering you. Or you wondering why you got all this indigestion. Because you done held on to so much toxic people and situations that you don't know how to get out of it. But in order to get out of it, and it's so easy, just pray them out. I remember I was dealing with this guy, this man, and I realized after 6 months, because I don't give people time. I refuse to let just anybody in my space. And all this stuff is all old stuff. But when I got rid of that person, I was talking to this lady and I would still keep seeing him and he would still keep coming around. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, because I'm not no mean person, but I want to let you know, no, I'm not about to be sending no mixed signals and you thinking that everything is good. Well, you enjoy your dinner, unbothered Mimi, and I thank you so much for coming and peace and blessings to you and your household. And I love you for what you do. Be beautiful. But the lady was like, a friend of mine was like, you can pray him out your life. I said, huh? She said, you can pray that you don't even see that person no more. No sooner than she said that, I said, okay, let me do that. Lord, please let me stop seeing this person because I don't want to keep running into this person because they getting on my nerve. They disturbing my spirit. And I ain't see them. No, I say like 3 months down the line, I didn't see that person no more. But my main thing is we have less years ahead of us because we're getting older. So that means, furthermore, don't just let anybody in your space. Be selective with who you entertain. Because now we supposed to be getting closer to God anyway. We did our partying and we did our whatever we did back in the day. You did it and you did it to the fullest, and you know you have. And thank you so much for coming back, Chef Hit Dice. That's like a tongue twister. But the main thing is we have less years ahead of us, meaning we should not be entertaining anybody anyway. We supposed to be ready when God comes, not sitting and waiting on somebody to do right and to turn around and stop cheating and stop acting a fool. They're not going to change. I don't care if you think you got gold in between your legs. they're not going to change. And you shouldn't even want them to change because you want them to change. You want to be with somebody, you want to be with somebody that wants to change. That's just the bottom line. You cannot expect somebody to be, and everybody that you take up time with ain't your husband. And then let's be real. People be just as nice in the beginning, so sweet, so caring, buying you roses, giving you money without you asking. They are luring you in before they blow up shoe into that crummy person that they really are. She said, I gotta go find dinner. Thank you so much. And I will subscribe to your page as well. Take care and God bless. And thank you again for coming. And like I said, anybody that want Avon, y'all go to Beauty Boss by Jamie. She is the go-to young lady. But they do all of that in the beginning to trip you up. So when they start acting like the you know what that they really are, you all lured in, and you then they got you thinking, that is it me? Did I change them? No, honey. All you need to keep doing is being you and keeping it pushing. Being the best you that you can be. That's what you need to continue to do. Love you even more. For real. And keep on praying for strength. Pray that God send you peace. And that don't necessarily mean you got to be in a relationship. I honestly, and I'm just being real, I honestly don't think that I'm relationship material. And the reason why I say that, I think I work so much better when I'm by myself because I'm so much more focused. Because when you get with people, but then again, I've entertained the wrong people. The last relationship I was in, it ended this time a year ago. And the reason why that relationship, and he was an older gentleman, and that's why I saw it like, okay, this person is cool. But I'm gonna tell you what the problem was. His mama had him so messed up. This man was in his 60s, staying with his mama, and he had no control of his life. He had a good job. He was a good person, but his mama had tainted him so bad. It was like it was like I was in a relationship with an old lady. And it was like I couldn't take it no more. It was like he was more emotional than me, and I just couldn't deal. And that's why I say I think I work better by myself. I don't need nobody to help me with my homework, honestly, because I just attract the wrong people. And I think the reason why I attract the wrong people is because I never had a male perspective of things. Don't get me wrong, my grandfather, I had an excellent grandfather. But my grandfather was more so a provider. He showed me that a man is supposed to provide. But as far as just like breaking it down, I didn't have that. I didn't get that one on one. So that's like I tend to make bad choices when it comes to men. But I'm thankful that I know that I work better by myself. And that's why I said I pray that I'm not bitter. Because I don't never want to be a bitter person. I don't want to be that friend when you come around them and you in a relationship, all they got to say is something negative. That's not me. Yeah, it's the truth. It's honestly the truth. Frank G, that relationship I was in, that man was an old lady. He he would call me. I don't mean to just I mean the person is not on social media, but he just whined and whimpered all the time. And then it was like since he had a jacked up upbringing because his parents were abusive to him and to each other. Say like if we get into an argument, he wouldn't call me. He would just shut down. And I'm like, I'm not about to be dealing with somebody that's more emotionally disturbed than me. And then it's like he would call me like ain't nothing happened. I'm like, I'm not about to be dealing with the disappearing act man. Because he felt that when you voice your opinion or whatever, that was like considered to be violent because that's what he was raised around. And I'm like, communication is the key. And then it was like I had to I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But the reason why and me and him was dealing with each other for like a year and a half, he was a good person, but mentally, he was messed up. He was messed up. And then it was like I kept having to reassure him that he was a good man. And it was just like too many women tendencies. I'm used to a man being a man and being strong. And I mean, and it's nothing wrong with a man showing you his sensitive side, but that's all I got was the sensitive side. I mean, when it was things that was wrong with my car or something like that, he don't get me wrong, he did that, but just it was just like he was just too emotionally disturbed. And it was like I was in a whole lesbian relationship and I couldn't take it no more. And it was like his mama ran him like crazy. It is. It really is. And then also then he started um started getting cheap with the money toward the end. So I'm like, nah, I'm not about to be in these counseling sessions dealing with you and your emotions and now you think you about to shortchange me on the money? I'm like, nah. So I had to bust a move. I had to pull a young MC, just bust a move. You want it. Mm, you got I had to bust a move. And that's why I really feel that when I'm by myself, I'm able to be more focused. I don't have to entertain a person or stroke a person's ego. All I got to do is work on me and being my better me. And that's so important. I could focus more on what I need to focus on because he wanted to be first in my life. And when you dealing with somebody that had kids, whether they grown, halfway grown, think they grown, or babies, you know them babies gonna come first. And I've never been involved with somebody like that. But it is what it is. And that's why I say, Lord, make me better. Lord, don't make me bitter. But it's like in the process of that, when my friends call me with stupid stuff, I really don't be wanting to hear it. Because if you in your 50s, and I have older lady friends, if you in your 50s and your 60s, and you talking like you in your 20s and 30s, I don't want to hear stupid stuff. Thank you so much, Scorpio lady. I'm just all over the place with content. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm a Scorpio too. My birthday November 20th. And you know what I hate when people say about Scorpios? Ooh, y'all freaks. And I be like, I think any sign can go there. You just gotta just get the right person. You feel me? But moving right along, I just had to just let you know I was a Scorpio too. When your birthday? And I thank you so much for coming and saying I had good content. And this is pretty much all my content. I pretty much say the same thing. But that's what they be saying. Ooh, Scorpios are freaks. And that go for any sign. Any sign, for real, if you ask me. But it's just all about life is what you make it. And it's like, and like Frank G says, I'm to the point where I'm just not gonna settle. And I settled with that situation for, like I said, a year and a half. And the only reason why I settled because I knew he was a good person, but it was just his mama had him all effed up and his kids. We had gotten rewinding back to him. This just to show you the type of man that he was, Frank G. When we first met, he was telling me that his daughters was hoes. And I had to check him on that. And I said, let me explain something to you. And like I said, this was from that whole women spirit he had, that cackling spirit. And I had to explain to him, you don't ever and it's like he should have known better. But I had to tell him, you don't never demean your kids. I don't care if it's the truth. You supposed to be their biggest support system. You're not supposed to dog your kids out to nobody. I don't care what it is. Now, family, yes, but outside the family, you're not supposed to let nobody in that corridor like that. For real, for real. And the reason why I say that, and like I told him, oh, no problem. You probably was busy. And then I'm just busy talking anyway. But when I told myself, don't you ever demean your kids to nobody. Because the first thing that make you look bad. And you was supposedly quote unquote in their life. No, but they mother and da 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 da. No, 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 no. Anything that's wrong in our lives, we have to take ownership for it. I own mine. I'm not gonna never say, well, that man did this and that man did. I allowed that man to do that. Ain't nobody pulled no gun on my head, thank God. Exactly. Frank G. And I had to tell him that you don't never demean your kids to nobody. Cause they looking at you like you crazy. But like I said, I was in a whole lesbian relationship with that old man. Cause he just didn't know no better. And his mama had really had him gone. Exactly. You right, that was a big red flag. You right. Because but anyway. But I mean, it's just that he just did. Some people just don't know no better. And some people, they just dig so deep of a hole that they can't come back from it. And you're right. I should have, but once again, I was lonely. I felt, well, maybe this is a good person. And maybe, women, we feel we could just build a better man. Or maybe I could work on him and da 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 because and then I had my mama in my, yeah. He ain't no bad person. And my mama, she don't like nobody. But she to this day will still say that wasn't his fault. That was his mama's fault. When you in your 60s and you ain't got it, you ain't gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. And that's why good vibes needs to remain to herself. She need to be with her and Jesus. And I'm fine with that. And I'm just so thankful that God don't give me urges. I don't get sexual urges like that. And it's because I'm getting older and I'm wiser now. But it's also I be busy all the time. But I'm thankful that because when you getting into the flesh, that's when you start selling. Let me go on to get Mr. right now, Mr. Get Me Together. I'm thankful I don't have them urges. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. And I'm just being on the real. God has made me so much of a better person, and that's why me and my ministry need to be with me and Jesus. And I'm content with that because God gave me so many other projects to work on. And that's why when a young lady that said to her grandmother that lived to be 105, that's why I was telling her, make it's just so much of a blessing that she got so much wisdom. And it's so important for us to spread the good things and the bad things to teach this youth, to teach the people that we come across, because just because a person is older, that don't mean they dealing with a full deck. Certain things, it's certain things, Frank G, that I could get from you, and it's certain things that you could get from me. And it's like if we sit now holding on to all of the good things that have come across us and all of the bad things, we're hindering each other. It's the reason why we come across different people. And that's for us to learn from each other. And it's for us also to uplift each other, to get out of certain situations. Because we need that. You need somebody that's going to uplift you. You need somebody that when they call you, they just call you, hey, you straight, did you eat today? You need that. And I got that in my friends. And then I also have had to release some people. And some people may have released me, and that's fine. But that's all part of my process. And in spite of when I get into it with somebody, I don't down talk them to other friends. I wish you the best. Take care. And anything that you have told me in a confidentiality state, it still remains with us. It still remains with us. because that's what a friend does. But I'm not about to just be just sitting around here just waiting for Mr. Do Me Baby. As you get older, certain things that ain't important no more. It's certain things that we just don't need in our life. And there's certain people you just outgrow. You still love them, but you outgrow them. And I'm glad that some people that I've outgrown or that have outgrown me, that we still are prospering, just not together. You know, I love myself, but I love my peace. And you got to have your peace. Peace of mind passes all understanding. It really do. And like Patty said, when you've been blessed, it feels like heaven. And I'm thankful that through all of my struggles, all of my situations, all my good, bad experiences, and I'm still here to tell it. Because that's what it's all about. Helping somebody through that. Not judging them. Not judging them. I'm thankful that I didn't have a father. But I have a father in heaven and I had a grandfather. And like I said, I had my uncle showing me how not to be a crackhead. And then and then what I learned from my father is how to make sure that I face my responsibilities and that I don't be an alcoholic like they said that he was. So you have to always take the good out of the bad and turn that thing around. And then when I talk to my sisters, they pretty much let me know that I didn't even miss nothing. So I'm thankful because I had thought that I had this big void in my life. You know, anybody, and that go for anybody that have like missed a parent, never met a parent, that are adopted or whatever. You feel like you missing something because you don't know where you came from. But I'm thankful to God that through social media, here it is. I thought my sisters didn't want to be bothered with me because I was a love child. But I'm thankful my sisters always wanted to know who I was. And that was a blessing to me for my sister to tell me that she would look at my daddy's wallet and she would wonder who is this little girl that's in my daddy wallet and there's more pictures of her in there than me. I'm thankful that was a blessing for me to hear that because here it is. I was growing up with this resentment, with this bitterness, being angry, but God, He saw fit to just send me that little ray of sunshine to let me know that even though He wasn't in my life, He was still thinking about me. He still had love for me. And then they replenished the love so. And I'm thankful to God for that. I always wanted a brother. And my brother, I got a good brother that I met through social media. I have an awesome brother. That's awesome, Frank G. And that's something that we both share. And that's why it's so good to use social media in a positive sense. I could be on here talking about, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Because that's not the type of person that I am. I want to grow. I want to be productive. I want goodness to follow my kids and my offspring's 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 offspring. I want good soil planted and growing and harvesting from me, from my substance. But thank God that you found your sisters and brothers on Facebook too. And it's important that you, when you feel led to do, if you feel that that's your thing to do, that you share that. But everybody is different. I can't tell you how to conduct your business, but that's just a blessing that you came across that. Everything that we come across don't always mean it got to be negative. It don't. You can always find some goodness out of everything, no matter what it is. And no matter who it is or who it's coming from. That's so important. Honestly. I'm thankful that I can say that I've never been in an abusive relationship physically, but mentally, I've been beat up. And I know a lot of times people say um, mental abuse is worse than physical abuse. It probably is. But I'm just thankful that I ain't going through it now. I'm thankful that I'm not who I was in my 20s. I'm thankful that my kids ain't gang members. I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, I know where mine is at. And I'm thankful. I am. I really am. That's something. Now I knew I had sisters and brothers on my dad and a brother on my dad's side. I always knew that my mother, and that's the thing, my mother never talked down my father. She didn't. She just only, she would just say he used to hit that oil. But as far as just dogging him out, I never got that. And I'm thankful that I didn't. And she could have went there, but she didn't. And I don't go there with my kids. I let my kids get their own analysis and get their own. Let them learn it for they have to learn people on their own. But I just always tell them, like a good friend of mine would always say, watch the patterns, watch a person pattern, and that's so true because a person they're going to show you who they are, but you have to be ready to receive what they're going to show you. You have to be ready for that. Because we be so quick, Lord, show me a sign. God already showed you the sign before you even prayed about it. But you in love, don't want to be lonely. Like I said from this previous, I don't want to be lonely. I was thinking that this was going to work out because I met him like a kind of crazy kind of way. I was doing Uber Eats and the wrong address popped up. So I was like, well, maybe God sent me this sign and maybe this was No, the devil sends you stuff too, okay? But he wasn't the devil. He just was stupid and he didn't have no backbone. But I'm thankful that you met your sisters and brothers. And I'm thankful for everybody that's in my life. And I hope that you all gather something about this, and that's to love yourself and don't let nobody demean you. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't nothing because you are something. Hey, Cooks with Love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you here. You could be anywhere else in the world. I'm thankful that you're here with me for these few minutes. God bless you. But please love thyself. Okay. So you had a mother that didn't want no smoke and she didn't want you to be a part of it. Well, I'm thankful that you did meet your sisters and brothers. So did you meet your father too when you met your sisters and brothers online? And are you and your siblings, are y'all good? But yeah, it's a blessing. Social media can be a blessing. It really is if you use it properly. If you on here sowing good seeds, then that's a go. Make sure you sow good seeds if you want to flourish and you want to grow properly. Make sure that you get it together. Make sure meaning okay. Well, thank God that you was adopted at 3. I pray that they was a good family that you had. And like I said, it's so important that you let people know what you experience if you when you feel led to do so, when you feel that you can help somebody. Because I don't want people to be thinking that I'm just telling them just to go out here and just spread it on the rooftop. No. But if you feel led to do so, then pray over it and go for it. But and if you oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you came across that. I am. And if it's any and if you need this one lady was saying if you need like any like resources, make sure you get some help if you need help. And don't feel bad if that's what you have to do. We have to do whatever we got to do to get to 100%. For real. And I'll be praying for you, Scorpio lady. Okay. Well, that's good that you had and you know what, and that's why I think the reason why I'm glad I never met my father, because I would rather know I have a father. This is just me. I'd rather know that I have a father, and we all know we have parents. I'd rather them not be present if you're not gonna do right. No need for you to send me off, have me sitting there waiting on you to come here and there. I don't want that. I'm sorry, Scorpio lady. And it's okay that you mean, and that's good you own that you mean. Well, just make sure you know you can get you some help if you need to be. I hope you ain't out here pistol whipping nobody or nothing like that. No, I'm just playing. But I just honestly felt better knowing that he never came around. That made me feel a whole lot better because I just didn't want no broken promises, no empty promises, and no disappearing act. I'm cool. I'm straight on that. But yeah, make sure you and Scorpio lady, if you have a relationship with God, pray about it if it's still bothering you. And if you need to seek resources or go through a life coach, Google where you can go through if you're not already doing it. Oh, okay. I understand. What area are you from? Scorpio lady. And I'm sorry that you had to experience that as a child on North Carolina. Yeah, if you're not already getting help, make sure that you try to get you some help, or just make sure that you found a good church. If you I'm not trying to throw the Bible on nobody. I ain't trying to, but whatever kind of help that you, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome that you good now. That's all that matters. Thank God the Scorpio lady ain't around here pistol whipping nobody no more. But the main thing is to protect your peace. Protect your peace. Peace, not pieces. That's important. Make sure you write this is everybody's assignment in here. And this is for you. This is for you, Scorpio lady. Frank G. Cooks with Love. Anybody that have come across this live, write yourself a love letter. And each and every day read it to yourself. And I guarantee you, whatever is bothering you and whatever you're going through, it's gonna uplift your spirits. And you're gonna know your worth. You're gonna know your worth. Make sure you tap into that thing. That's important. Make sure you write a love letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for all of the things that you went through and being thankful for all of the things that you got out of. Because we have to celebrate ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to appreciate ourselves. Because we all we got. Half the time, family members don't be wanting to do right. They wishy washy. You gotta thank them for their crazy butts. But the main thing is to appreciate yourself and appreciate everything that you've been through, because that's your testament. Being thankful and grateful. That is so important. Amen. Amen. But God, that's a blessing. I know one thing, Scorpio lady, you don't take no mess off nobody. Mama don't take no mess. I know you don't. I can see your picture. You looking like you, all right. You this ain't what you want. This is not what you want. Did you cook something tonight, Scorpio lady? I know you don't let nobody play you. I know you don't. Yeah, when he comes. Okay, that's what's up. When you make your meatloaf, do you put your the tomato paste on top of it, or you just use gravy? I'm talking like I know how to make meatloaf. I've been to mess up something. I'll be putting cornstarch in it instead of the breadcrumbs or whatever else that go in there. That's one thing I never tried to make. Okay, you said you retired. You say I retired. Yep. I'm so glad I was off today. Oh, I was so glad. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, how you doing? All right here. But I'm just so thankful. Oh, ketchup and brown sugar. Okay. I don't know nothing about no meatloaf. I've been a mess something up. It been it came out of hamburger. I was looking on TikTok. This lady just making some meatloaf, and she made she just she pulled the pack of meat right out of the pack and just put it in there and just cooked it. I'm like, I know I ain't no big cooker, but I know that is not meatloaf, ma'am. Topped with ketchup and brown sugar. Okay. So what do you put inside to make it the loaf part? Is it the breadcrumbs? Somebody said it's breadcrumbs, and it was another ingredient somebody was telling. Yeah, she took it right out the pack. I think she put the oven like on 350, and that was that. We and I was like, I know that ain't it. Yeah, that's what she did. And then they put on in the caption, "This is why I do not eat potluck at work." I said, "Alrighty then." Yep, yep, yep. People can come up with a combination, and they be serious about the presentation, and then they get mad because you don't want to eat their food. This look like slop. The presentation is off. You ask them what is it? Oh, that's meatloaf. Oh, those are greens. That's why I don't do potluck. Eggs, breadcrumbs, green peppers, and onions. Okay, that sound good. And then what's so crazy? If I was to make it, my baby boy wouldn't eat it anyway. Only thing he really eat is chicken. He don't. I noticed he don't really care for red meat too much. So all we really eat is chicken anyway, for the most part. But that's pretty much it. Pretty much is what it's gonna be. I'm so thankful that each and every one of you all came to see what I had talking about, what was going on. Yep. And then I'm gonna guess I may go. I think I'm gonna take my son to this haunted house, and I guess in another. Well, not. Why is that considered? I guess that is a haunted house. And I'm gonna try to find it. They didn't had it all on the news talking about that they did it like a stranger thing down thing, and they supposed to have like a floating mannequin in the air at this house. And I'm like, wow. So, and then they've been all on the news talking about it, and it's like I guess it's like probably like a 40-minute drive here. It says it's in Plainfield, so I'm gonna try to find that. And then we'll probably get some chicken or something. But I did make them short ribs of beef. But I know by the time I get in there, he not gonna want that short ribs of beef. And I didn't make no sides with it yet. So that'll probably be tomorrow's dinner. But he wasn't gonna eat the red meat anyway. And the oldest son, like I said, he don't eat here. He eat Chick-fil-A and sharks or stuff like that. Well, that's pretty much how my evening is gonna go. But I am one of these days, I'm gonna try. Oh, thank you so much, Scorpio lady. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad that you found me. And we both are Scorpios. I ain't never met no mean Scorpio before. We usually are comedians. But when you explain the reason why, I understand. I'm glad you found me too. But the main thing is, y'all don't let nobody destroy your peace. Please don't. You deserve the very best. I don't care if you're 120, you still deserve the best. The best is yet to come. Long as we believe, the best is yet to come. Who made that song? That or was that on the Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Yeah, I be singing too a little bit, look kind of crazy. But the main thing is just always appreciate thyself. Love thyself. Don't let nobody take your joy. Don't do that. Your peace is expensive and it's necessary, and you cannot let nobody just do you in. Don't do that. No, don't do it. Don't let nobody just do you in. Don't do that. Don't get him that upper hand to your life. You are a God child. You are born in the image. You are made in the image of God. So don't let the devil play you. You are royalty. You are a king. You are a queen. And you deserve the very best in your life. You really do. I love you all, Mr. and Mrs. Gorgeous. I know, right? Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Y'all remember Give Me a Break? Give me a break, yeah, yeah. Ooh. I was just about to start singing something else. I say it now because I know me better now. I don't blame you. I do. Go what you say, because you've been and went to the left in 2.2 seconds, huh, Scorpio lady? I ain't mad at you. So are you an October Scorpio or a November Scorpio? Or are you the Halloween baby? You know, I have a friend. I be telling her what be happening on the different reality shows. She be like, girl, I was watching the Love Boat. She watched the Love Boat. She watched all of that stuff. And I'm like, do you watch anything? But you know what's crazy? She watched the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. I'm like, I didn't even know you had Netflix. I thought you just watched Bounce all day long. Okay, so you are October Scorpio. All right. I don't know the difference, but I was just making conversation, you know. But it's just that it's so important not to get lost into something that's not even important. Don't let anybody take you in a peaceful location, and then you in 2.2 seconds they come around and everything just they throw the turbulence completely off. Don't let nobody do you like that. Please don't. Don't let them do you in. And then they somewhere laughing. They got you all upset, you frustrated, got your fist balled up, about to pistol whip somebody, and then they laughing at you because they threw you completely off of your square. Now you mad and they laughing. Don't let nobody do you in like that. You deserve the very best. Don't settle for nothing. That go for anybody. Even if that dog ain't acting right, put that dog out. No, I'm just saying. Let's tell it. Just take that. If that dog don't want to do right and you want to just go all up through the house acting a fool, go on and take him on back. Just return to sender. Life is all we all have been through hell and back. So now it's time for us that now that we didn't got seasoned a little bit, it's time for us to get it together and be at peace. At peace. She said, I beat Paco. I got this one video of these it's in one of my shorts. This lady outside going off, arguing with somebody, and the dog sitting there looking out the window like and I couldn't do that. I had to post it out. That was the funniest thing. And then the other dog, he sitting on the other couch and he got his ears wide open, just listen. I'm like, it's somehow these animals, they be so much like humans. Well, that's good. He probably like them little taps anyway. He know you love him. He used to it anyway. But yeah, please, 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 please. Write that love letter to yourself and see how to benefit your soul. And then when you meet you somebody, and I'm just saying in general, if it's a friend you come across, and if they don't meet the measures of, and you can't see them actually appreciating you, okay, that's awesome. If you don't see them appreciating and bringing something to the table to enhance that letter, shake them off. Shake them off, shake them off. Bust the move. You young MCM, you bust the move, okay? For real, for real, for real, for real. You let them go. You turn them loose. Because everybody ain't worthy of your time and your space. Because that area is expensive to be. Yeah, he was thinking. Yeah, that dog, yeah, that it was so funny. Y'all gotta see it. Go through the short, it's still like at the top. Then I put another short up there where this man, he getting his luggage. He got his headphones around his ears. My son, he had showed it to me. It was on TikTok. And the man, he reaching for his luggage and his headphones hit the conveyor belt where the luggage be at. The lady behind him take his headphones, wrap them around her neck, and she just tip on up out of there. And dude looking like, where's my hair? And I'm like, man, it's crazy. But it's like you have to laugh. And that's one thing I believe in doing, and that's laughing. Because God has been so good to me in spite of my struggles, in spite of all of the hurt and the despair. I'm still here. And while I'm here, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to fart. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to do whatever it is I got to do. Because you got to release that stuff. And I'm also, if you ain't right, I'm going to get away from you. I don't argue. I don't. I am too, because that man was crazy. And he just had no backbone. I he had no backbone, Scorpio lady. He really did. None. And it was so crazy. Here it is. I thought that dude was gonna be a better match because he was older, meaning he was more seasoned, but he was more effed up than the dudes was that I used to date in my 20s. I was like, huh? It was like I said, I tell people all the time, I was in a straight up lesbian relationship because he was nothing but an old lady. Yes, TikTok will get them good jokes in. Oh my goodness! And when that lady, I'm telling you, when that lady she put them headphones around her ears and kept on walking, did nobody say nothing like, "Ma'am, you." And then one person in the comment was like, "That was." You could see that was all fake. I said, I hope it was fake. I hope that was his wife, and they were just playing games, and they were just trying to get them some hits. But that was so funny. Cause the look on his face, he was just like, "Oh my God, where's the?" I said, "Wow, it's just you just have to laugh. It's nowhere in the world that I could be walking around just mad at the world. I'm gonna laugh. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna laugh. Sometimes I just tickle myself, and because you have to laugh. That's necessary, mandatory. You got to release. You right. You are definitely right. And I saw that. I saw that because it's like I didn't know, and I always thought when you with somebody, when you hang, and I'm saying as far as like older women or older people that they got it more together. No, you can run into some old fools, for real, for real, for real, for real. You can run into some people and you be thinking, hey, I know this ain't what God has for me to be hanging around somebody like this. And that's why you have to let that, because putting people in your space, you just can't let anybody in there. You got to be so selective with what you put in your space. You know what? I agree with you on that because TikTok will have you've been an idea, you be sitting there paralyzed, like just sitting there just stuck laughing all day. Because it be some old stuff on it just be just a whole bunch of just funny stuff on there. And they be getting, and it's something, it seems like you get way more hits on there than you do on here. But hey, you got to go with what you can grow off of. Because I have a TikTok channel, but I'm trying to just focus on one thing. I have another channel on here. I have two channels on here, but since this is the one that has grew so much, I just stick with this one right now. Because I don't want to be like a chicken with his head cut off in all these different social medias, and I'm wondering why I'm going cuckoo for cocoa puffs because I'm all over the place. You got to plop down on one part of that couch, and you just got to just work it. You really do. It's so many different things that you can do. But it's like now that I know that I got to get my watch hours because I got my subscribers up to par. Then I'm just going to be doing a whole bunch of lives until I get my subscribers up to par. But I'm not going to be doing this, doing TikTok, doing my other channel. I put a video on my other channel from time to time. But since Good Vibes is going good, I'm going to tackle Good Vibes right now. I don't even be on Facebook like how I used to. Because it's like I get tired of seeing them same people lie about these little fictitious stories. Because you be looking, or is it just me? I be looking at people that I know in real life on Facebook, and you be thinking in your mind, I know you in real life, and your life is not sweet the way you making it, you portraying it to be. This is the representative 20 years ago. So I think that's another reason why I don't be on Facebook like I used to. And thank God I got what I needed off of Facebook. My sisters found me on Facebook. But I go on there and check and see, what's going on, what lies people telling and this and that and the third. But it's like my home base is YouTube. That I done just got into YouTube. And I really like this journey that I'm on with YouTube. I feel like I'm really am thriving and I'm feeling good. My channel is growing and it's a good experience for me. And I'm thankful that And it took me a while because a friend of mine had been telling me, you need to get on YouTube. And I was like, I'm not ready because I'm a shy person. I don't like to talk like this. But then it's like once you get to talking and get to just going with it, it flows naturally. And if it's something that's for you, it's going to flow naturally. And then the fact that you can hide behind an avatar, that works for me. Because I don't be wanting to be sitting up here and have to have a whole bunch of just having yourself fixed up. I want to be able to just throw an avatar up and just have open dialect conversation and just chill. And now that I've learned different things to do, it's been working and I'm thankful for it. It is. It is definitely a thin line between sane and insane because people know they be on here and that go for any social media. People want to portray something that they not, and that's fine. But I'm glad that I don't be on Facebook like that. I never really got off into Instagram. I really don't care for Instagram. I don't like Instagram because it's not personal enough for me. So I really never got off into Instagram. And Twitter, I never got off into Twitter. I like Facebook, but since I've gotten into YouTube, I'm liking YouTube. And what I love about YouTube is that you can find anything you want on YouTube. What's not fine for you, Scorpio lady? But I mean, I fought and fought and fought as far as about YouTube because I was like, I be nervous and da 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 da. Look, you throw that avatar up there and start talking, and you be straight. Well, for me, some people they like up close and personal and being on the screen. I'm a low kind of person. I don't want to be bothered all of that. I want to just be able to just get in there, get my time in like I'm in jail. I want to just get in there, do my time, and just and be through with it, and then go visit other people's channels. This is an excellent platform. I wish I knew how much stock was in YouTube because I know that it's probably super expensive. But I would really see this as being a very good platform to invest in because YouTube have everything. Any and everything you could come across, they got it. And I like the walking videos and I like the meditation apps. I like TikTok. I do. I'm with you with TikTok. But when I first got into TikTok, I'd be sitting on there all day, don't been and did nothing productive with my life. But so I have to do it in moderation. So I don't be on TikTok as much because I'm trying to be the pottery that grow on this channel. I'm trying to grow my channel out. I'm trying to get monetized. People can sit up here and say, "Oh, I don't want to. I want to be monetized." Okay, I want to be able to cut back on some of these hours, if not all these hours. You feel me? Because like sometimes, like I work a regular 8 hour job, and then on the days when my money be kind of low, I go do Uber Eats or DoorDash or something. So if I could cut back on it, and then now I got into, I'm about to start doing the brand ambassadors, and that's this new app. It's called Victory. They do. They be lying a lot, but they lie on here too. But see, I don't know people on here, and it's like I don't have to know you on here like that. But Facebook, yeah. But as far as like, if I could cut back, then I really would. If I was to get monetized decent, that'll work for me. Okay, that's what's up. I ain't took no break from YouTube yet, cause I really like it. Cause like I said, I love YouTube. Cause you can you can do anything, and I didn't know YouTube was set up like this. But it's like a whole nother world going on, and I really like it. It's really it's cool. But it's well, but the reason why it's cool for me because I don't get into the hype. I don't get into those messy content channels. I don't get into that. If I see somebody on here arguing, acting a fool, I'm gonna drop out. Or if I start just when you pick up on certain vibes, life is already stressful enough. I can't deal with drama like that. I'm not gonna partake in it. I'm cool. Take care, boo. That's how I feel. And Facebook, now people be on there lying, trying to impress me. And it's like, if I have to impress somebody online, I ain't shit. Because I don't care what a person think of me. I don't. Because half the time, people don't be doing nothing but lie on people. And then it be reality rap. But just on here trying to, oh, that's awesome. You like cooking. And they be having a whole bunch of, and that's one thing, I didn't know TikTok get as deep as it do. Because I think TikTok is way more deeper than, I think it's way more, it's a whole bunch of stuff. They had yoga channels on there. They got a lot of stuff on there. But I really haven't, like clicked around up and through there and played in there a lot. But it's a lot in there. It really is. It could get busy in there. But once again, it's like YouTube, it worked for me. It really do. And TikTok, it worked for me because I'm on there looking at funny stuff, laughing. If I see something on there, it's like it's on repeat because it'd be a lot of funny content on there. It really do. See, I like cooking shows, but I be on there, be licking the screen because it'd be so much good stuff, and then be trying to cook up something that been in toe up something. So that's why, and then I don't. Maybe I do need to get into cooking shows. But then if I get into cooking shows, then I know how to cook a little bit better. But that's pretty much all I got for you all. I'm so glad that I've met Scorpio, lady. I'm so glad that you came out to fellowship with us. And Frank G, I'm so glad that you came back. I'm so glad for everybody that's still in the chat. Seen and unseen. It was a blessing to meet you all. And to be greeted by you all. Yeah. Thank you. You have made my day. You said I had good content. I be feeling like I just be just ranting, rambling, just blah, 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 chicken wing. It just be just a whole bunch of just blubber. But I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. But I mean, just the main thing is I just want you to find joy. I want all of us to be happy. That's my main thing, is just reaching for something positive. No matter how negative the situation is, always looking to the hills from which cometh our help. Just always just trying to just be the best us. That's important. Sowing good seeds. It'll come back. You'll reap a good harvest. And I want a good harvest. I really do. And I don't want to come up on it just because I'm just chasing the crowd or just going along with somebody else's brand. I want to stay in my lane and perfect that. Not being something that I'm not. Oh, that's awesome. So you have creative hands. Your hands are blessed, Scorpio lady. You probably do hair too. Your hands are blessed. You have blessed hands. Maybe you should have been called blessed hands and not Scorpio lady. Blessed Scorpio hands. You have blessed hands. People that can do all of that, their hands are blessed. And that's a blessing. Yep, it's truly a blessing. Yep, blessed hands. You probably don't have. You probably do hair. You're a seamstress. You just one of them people that's just good with your hands, and that's awesome. Truly a blessing. But you also bless somebody with them hands, right? You go upside their head too. Po Paco. No, but it was just really a pleasure being in you all's home and in you all's space for this amount of time. I know you don't play. You already said it. But that's what it is. You got them hands. Scorpio with them hands. That's it. Cause you know how to cook. You a seamstress. That's what you do. And you'll bless somebody else. No, but Scorpio, you know Scorpios, we have a sense of humor. You know we do. We laugh to just laugh. We be laughing at our own self. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's about with me. I wish I would be on here ranting and raving and just being negative. I don't want that. I want good energy. That's not how I roll. I want good positive feedback. I want them I want it to be something that you could take with yourself, and it could be something very simple. We are very sensitive. I know I am. I ain't nothing but a big old crybaby. I am. But when we done with the situation, we're done. It's no going back from that. Take care. We'll tell you that one in a minute. Take our actions will show you that. Okay, take care. There's just certain things we just not gonna tolerate. And I think that go for any sign. When you done hit a person nerve and they done sat there and they done replayed the tape back and forth and back, and they saw the same outcome keep coming about, why keep standing there in it? Because now this person is making me a fool. You have a good life too. We all are blessed. Because we have to turn that negative into a positive. We really do. Have to learn from it. Well, you all, I'm going to let you all go. You all be blessed. And I'll be back soon. Thank you all for coming out. Scorpio lady, I will be connecting with you as well. I think you're the only one I'm not connected with in this chat. Scorpio lady, and it was another person. Where they at? I'm trying to go through it now. But I really enjoyed you and everybody. And Beauty Boss by Jamie. Thank you all for coming out. You all be blessed. And I will see you all soon, God's willing. And don't take no mess. Stay, keep it cute and on mute. And if you need somebody to get beat up, you call Scorpio lady. She on the job. Her and Paco. They on the lookout. No, but you all be blessed. I love you all, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And thank you again for coming. Because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you was here with me. And I'm thankful that you came out. Peace and blessings. Love you all. Bye-bye.